Oh Jesus, take the wheel! Take the wheel! Yo, so ladies and gentlemen, supposed to Renegade Waffle here with my Assassin's Creed Origins Hidden Blade project video, part 1. Now, what I'm about to show you is footage that I took a little bit earlier in the week, so the progress of it has jumped substantially, or whatever, grammar, whatever. There will be part 2 next week or this Friday coming, because if I did this right, it's either up on Wednesday, and if it is Friday, you should see the end result. If not, Saturday. If you want to see more Assassin's Creed Origins or Assassin's Creed builds and Let's Plays, make sure to subscribe and twat the like button. Leave a comment on what you thought of the video and any videos you would like for me to react to, because I will check out the videos you request and then of course react to them if I like them. If not, no. And be on the lookout for a League of Legends video later this week or either today when I post this video. I probably won't have any of my audio yet because I haven't figured that out. Hope you enjoy the videos. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here's the Hidden Blade housing. As you can tell, it's a gravity hidden blade. Now, you can see the theme I'm going for here is a kind of gold brass colour with obviously this black leather I have for a pair of old shoes. Now of course I don't want to use paint on this because it could gunk up the works, and because this is made perfectly for this track, I've decided to use the fateful Sharpie. So we're going to use this to colour in the rest of this. It'll still have that wood grain look, but it'll be black. And here it is all finished. It looks so good. You can still see the wood grain. The reason why this hasn't been done yet is because I've got to add the back of the Hidden Blade housing. As you can see, I took the liberty of putting the top part of the gauntlet on. Now what I've done is I've attached these with some elastic. So you can see there's 2 elastic bands in there. And that's just to keep this on my wrist rather snugly. And I'm going to show you, this, which is the top plate for the gauntlet, has straps. These are actual straps, as you can tell by that. These are real straps. These actually they will be functional, and these are from Thumbtacks. I just put those in the cardboard and this will be stuck down. I'll obviously use hot glue or something. And I'm in the middle of doing this one. And the reason why these are all different is because I'm using... Now last Easter we got a lot of chocolate eggs and some of them had this foil, so I kept it in case I'd need it, and lo and behold I did. If you're a craftsman or something, or you're someone who collects these are perfect for that type of stuff. And them being a different colour I think is really cool, because it gives an air of whimsy. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Now you're wondering, well, where's the other part of this? It's right here. I added some elastic from some old pads I had for skateboarding, because I skateboard. I don't skateboard now because my skateboard's not good anymore. got it for 15 bucks, what do you expect? So, the problem is I don't have a lot of this leather, because I got it from a pair of my mother's old shoes, which these are really good leather. I think this might be real leather, I'm not sure. But, whenever you try to move your wrist back, because this is actually a wine cask cardboard, this is the cardboard that I'm using. This is actually, this whole thing's made out of that same cardboard, and the cardboard I'm using, that this material here is sewn onto, is also that same cardboard. Whenever you try to move your wrist back, you couldn't, or it would basically bend the cardboard, or worse, would raise these all the way, and that's bad if I want to pin them all down. Now at first I thought, okay, what if I do an Iron Man thing to where this just raises up a little bit so this can have enough clearance. Didn't work, so I had to cut this piece off, which is just enough, and when I attach the elastic to the other piece on here, then I'll be able to move my wrist back and this will move backwards. Here's how it'll look when it's actually attached. So this is actually on very, very delicately. This is very delicate stuff because it's not all that strong, but this is how it would work. See? And once my wrist, when I put it on the gauntlet, this is only going to be able to move back and not too far forward, so it should be good. And the only problem I'm going to have is when I put these little leather pieces on, because this is actually raised. I'm not doing it like in the game, this is raised. You can see there, the leather is actually higher because I decided to save a lot of time and money so I didn't have to get more of this stuff. Is I just placed the leather on top and then did that. And this is actually really, really heavy. This is what it looks like underneath. It's not all that attractive, and as you can see, I cut this whole thing off just to get enough clearance so I could do the calculations right, and then just stuck it on with some super glue. These are what the straps look like underneath, and there is actually a bit of that protruding out. And then I'll just hot glue underneath. Then all I'm going to do is attach this here, but pull on it a little bit so that way it's taut slightly. So it's going to want to go back to its original position, and then I probably won't even have to change it if I'm lucky. But yeah, that's pretty much the gauntlet. The gauntlet isn't going to be all that difficult once I put it all together. And the great thing is this armor, it's real armor. So if someone tries to cut me, let's say hypothetically I'm at a cosplay and you know someone tries to cut me with a real knife, the portions in between, because there is the point right here on each of the plates which isn't actually all that weak. This point right here is the weakest point, and then point here and probably around this area around here is quite weak. So if someone was to try to stab me, say right here and right here, this I'd be perfectly safe. Even slashing, you can't slash through this. You can punch me as hard as you can, I can't feel it through this actually. Which is the same, for some reason whenever I make these, I make them to be armor, real armor. So, even though this isn't leather, this will protect me from a minor street fight. So if some random thug decides to punch me, I can use this to block the punch, and then I can use the hidden blade to stab. But of course this isn't a real hidden blade. This is made completely out of popsicle sticks. If the quality of this video sucks, I'm sorry, but I only had 2 megapixel camera, so you know, this is not that great. This is one of the locks for the blade to stop, and then in here you can see that, I don't know if you can tell, right there, there are 2 other stops right there, because I noticed at the bottom of that, it kept ripping off. And it was just that one piece that was making this whole thing work. So what I did was, I added these extra little tabs, and that helps to stop it. Now of course, once this is finished, so in part 2 you're going to see this completely finished, be all done. I might have to resort to paint on this because this will be moving a lot, and this is a prop for cosplay only. I have made a metal blade before, but it didn't work out so well. In the future I do want to make one made out of metal, you know, an actual hidden blade like on Men at Arms. I'm sorry the camera's shaky, but I'm doing this myself, so. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's doing really well. I'm really happy with its progress. And just slide that in there. It's quite a long blade actually. So I'll put it on real quick. Alrighty, so this is actually how it would look when it's on your wrist, so somewhat, it doesn't have the straps yet. And this is how big the blade is when it's in locked position. That's pretty big. That's almost the size of Ezio's hidden blade, if not the same size. And it took a lot of hard work to get this to work in general. Because you see this popsicle stick layer here? Originally, if you can see that dark part, that's cardboard. This was a lot thinner. So imagine this part here not existing. But unfortunately, if you look on the other side of this blade where this line is, that was just a straight cut. It was not like this one where there's a bit there. So I had to add another layer, which actually makes it a lot heavier. And it just makes it so much better to use. But I am going to be making this hopefully the exact same color as this part of the plate. So that way it matches. I'm going for a brass kind of, a black brass type of look. You can see how dirty my workbench is. My shades, got this for Skittles because I love Skittles. Got that with loom bands. Those are basically just little rubber bands. And actually, you just heard the hidden blade activate, so I could put it back down. This part is actually the part that goes on top of the hidden blade. Now you notice in the cosplay reference version that this thing is actually attached to the hidden blade. So give me a second. It's not actually attached to the hidden blade, it's not a part of the hidden blade, it's a part of the housing, but I've made it a part of the hidden blade. All this is just gives it a little bit more weight and it looks a lot better. All it is it just gives it a lot more weight. It's a lot of thickness on the blade, but it's worth it. And as you can see, I've decided to do what Armourer does, which is another guy who makes wicked props of Assassin's Creed hidden blades. Is I've taken a pin out of his, or sorry, a page out of his book and done it so that way whenever I move my wrist back without pulling on this, without making a Spider-Man, I can't activate the blade, but whenever I grab the string, I can pull that down, the hidden blade can shoot out, and the problem is, whenever you make a hidden blade, it'll always line up with the ring finger, no matter what you do. Look at that. You can change it, you can position it a bit differently, but eventually it's going to line up back with the ring finger. And what I've noticed is that I can slip my finger through this, and then make a fist, so that way it looks like I've actually lost my ring finger. But when I've done the completely finished video, I am going to be pinning this finger back so it looks like I've lost that finger. Just to make it look all cool. And I've also been playing Assassin's Creed 1. I got the games, and I'll actually show you real quick. I got this on a Boxing Day sale. Oops, there's the blade. Oh god, I need to finish this. But this, I bought this on Boxing Day 2015. I got this 2 years ago, right? I haven't been able to play it because we didn't have this wickedly beast of a computer that I've been doing my reactions on. This computer used to belong to my aunt, but she passed away and we got it. But we couldn't use it for 2 years. And I couldn't play this game, or this game, which is my favourite, and also this is the Director's Cut edition. So it's clickable. I couldn't play these games for 2 years. I played this for 7 hours straight, and I've had so much fun, and I don't have a keyboard. I don't have a gaming keyboard, but I have a regular keyboard. This is our regular keyboard. This is actually my setup. This is actually the setup for reaction videos. Except I just moved that one speaker. But I actually have been using the keyboard and mouse, which I'm not very happy about. I want to use a controller. And dude, I'm telling you, Assassin's Creed 1's not that difficult. Apart from the fact you can be detected so fucking easy. But yeah, great game. I will be doing a full Let's Play walkthrough on this and this. I'm going to be doing a whole walkthrough on the entire series, but I wanted to play the first game just to get my bearings on it. And if I decide to play the second game, I'm sorry, but it's my favourite Assassin's Creed game. I've watched every Let's Play from Tetra Ninja, and dude, I just love Assassin's Creed. I played Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, which is actually what got me into the series. And dude, I love Assassin's Creed so much. go check out my Instagram, which is linked in the description, and you'll be able to see behind the scenes pictures of my gauntlet. But the problem is, because the way I work is, I can be very lazy, which most people think, well, you're a gamer, of course you're lazy, you're gonna suck my dick then. Because I'm a gamer, I like to play video games, you know, all that good stuff. But the problem with that is that when I try to work on this, I have to be in the mood. Just like with a gamer, you got to be in the mood to play video games. I started working on this about a little over a week ago, and I've practically finished it. That's pretty good. I have put my own spin on it, and I probably will be putting my name somewhere on here. And I don't mean my real name, because I don't think I've ever told any of you my real name. My real name is Steve. I'm not going to tell you my last name. But you just check out my Twitter, and I have my real name on there. Yeah, I'll probably just put my name on here. Yeah, it's probably good. I just put Sonic Renegade, aka, well, Steve, aka Sonic Renegade. I'll just put SR, put my initials and shit. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to twat that like button and subscribe for part 2, because part 2 will be the end of this, where you get to see this in its glory and all finished and ready to go, and with my ring finger put back with probably one of those wind bands. I'm sorry if you got a quick glimpse of what I'm watching. You obviously know I'm watching Marvel Spider-Man. I fucks with Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Such a great guy. Tom Holland does a great job. So when this is finished, I'm not going to show progress of it being finished, because the way I work is I don't have enough room on this device I have, and also I'm lazy, yet I work so hard on this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Make sure to check me out on Twitter and Instagram so you can see images of this while I work on it, because I practically update that almost every day. I haven't been doing that lately, but I will be doing updates. And if you want to see a Sheikah Slate video, make sure to leave a like for that, and or comment whether or not you would like to see that. But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you already know what to do. See you next time. Ka kite. Peace.